We're in danger here. Oh, I assure you. Measures will be taken.
All right, so Anthony, your sleeve, or Takeshi's sleeve, gets a pretty major upgrade in this season of Altered Carbon. Can you talk about that upgrade and the new powers and how you train and prepare to sort of be that body?
Well, it was daunting. I mean, he's a military expert. His sleeve has all the military upgrades that one could ask for, as specifically being able to summon guns from across the room into his hand. So it was fun to try and figure out how we were going to catch these guns in mid-flight.
How was it? Was it wires or?
No. They would just throw them at me, and I had to catch them.
Any injuries from that?
No, I mean, I got a few guns upside the head, but I lived to tell the story.
And this character is being played by a few different actors, including Byron Mann and William Lee, and obviously Joel Kinnaman. Was there anything you wanted to preserve about what they brought to the character, and then what did you want to bring that was your own?
Well, I felt like there was a stoicness, a minimalist aspect that Will and Joel kind of created with this guy, because Takeshi's seen so much. He's lost so much that he's kind of immune to emotion. So with this season, I wanted to figure out how to take that neutrality of his feelings, but also allow him to explore and experience love. Bringing Kel back, that's his everything, that's his world. And, when a man is in love, there's very little he's willing to let pass by.
Absolutely. And you've stepped into a new sleeve in this role, and you're picking up the shield in another role. Is there another role out there or famous character that you want to step in?
I want to be. You ever see the movie Smokey and the Bandit?
Yeah.
I want to step into the Bandit. That's my ultimate goal, is to play Eastbound and Down and drive a Firebird.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. Are we gonna do what they say can't be done?
Okay, well, you can get it done probably at this stage. Make some calls. Stack technology in general. We were talking in the office and we were saying it kind of reminds us of de-aging in Hollywood. So we could have an Anthony Mackie playing roles for 200 years if this thing happened. But do you find it a terrifying or exciting concept?
I find it horrific and awful. I've made enough mistakes in my life to where I don't want to live with them forever. So
you just want to forget, rip the stack out.
To take it out, erase it, and put it back in.
All right, and then just finally, you're a busy guy, and you've got some roles coming up, and I don't want to get all Carrera on you and try and extract information. I'm not that good, but can you tell us anything about your other major TV role coming this year, Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
These Disney Plus shows are going to be very different than the movies. You get the experience of being able to live with these characters for 6 and 8 hours instead of a 2-hour movie where they have a small, input on the overall universe. So with Falcon versus Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan and I, we really get to develop that relationship between the two of us, and you get to see it unfold, because we were never really friends, and we still aren't really friends.
And as you said so astutely, accusations for his murder could land squarely on you. If we are apprehended, you will be arrested, and I will be deleted.
So I'm going to start with you, Chris. You're one of the few returning characters and actors to the show, and I'm wondering how you're approaching Poe differently. Obviously, some challenges with Poe this season.
Yeah, no, there's a brokenness to Poe this season that was the greatest joy to play as an actor. And then the best part of the season is that I have a partner in crime, which is Dig 301, played by Dina, and I get to have a friend.
Yeah, you do.
What is the dynamic between Dig and Poe in this season?
I think they both learn from each other, and they're both inspired by each other to be better. Dig meets Poe and sees that he's broken and can't help herself but want to help him. And I think it's because she's broken too. She's lost, she doesn't have a purpose. And her purpose becomes connection and taking care of someone after she gave up all hope of taking care of anyone ever again. And I think that's really beautiful.
There's that line, a dig needs a dig. Is that right? He's kind of like...
And he's my dig. Exactly.
Did you ever think you'd be called that?
I'll take it.
I want to know about your own personal relationship with AI in the real world, given that you are the AI. And are you fans of voice recognition or, predictive type, etc., or do those sort of AIs annoy you in real life?
I love it. Yeah. I'm excited by it. I know that there's a lot of fear around AIs, and I get scared sometimes when I think about it because it's so unknown, and the idea that there could be something smarter than us. I think as humans, we want to be the most enlightened, brilliant, creatures on this planet. So the idea of having something more able to, think in a more intelligent way than us is terrifying to us. But I like how we flip the script in our show, and it's actually, we're of service, the AIs, and we're pure and good. So I think that's great.
That says it all.
That says it all. And your character became a fan favorite pretty quickly. What was the fan reaction after your emotional send-off in season 1?
It was fascinating. I think people just latched on to my mustache and appreciated how beautiful it was. And there is a moment, though, where because Poe is in service of Takeshi Kovacs, he's the friend that we all want. And that's the beautiful part. He listens.
Yeah. It's a beautiful show about relationships, actually.
Yeah.
Stack technology, I'm going to ask this to everyone today. Does it terrify you or does it excite you? Is it something that if it were available one day, you think you would partake in?
No. I want to be happy and die just as myself, and I don't want to live on at all. I have no interest in propagating any more of my existence beyond this, Chris.
I would take part in it.
Fantastic.
Why not?
Same sleeve, new sleeve.
New sleeves
Okay.
all the time. Try on different pairs.
That's
see how it
hysterical.
fits. Yeah, well, I mean, endless amounts of exploration.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm down.
You're brave.
I'd want to be in love with one person the whole time, though, just like Takeshi Kovacs.
That's really sweet.
So I'm going to start with you, Renée. You're one of the few returning actors / characters playing the same role. But it's kind of the same role because obviously she's changed a lot. But I'm wondering, no spoilers, but how do you prepare for playing this character in a different time and place?
Oh my goodness. You mean between seasons?
Yeah.
This was challenging for me in season 2 because I had to figure out, I had a lot of questions because the character was invincible in season 1. And I was trying to figure out how do you show weakness and vulnerability and not destroy who she was, right? Like that was a challenge for me. Like how weak can she be and still be who she was, right? And that was a constant battle for me of trying to having those conversations with the powers that be. Like, what does it look like to, how much can we stretch this kind of, range that this character has? And I think we really pushed the boundaries on that, and I think that's what makes it exciting. It was tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't forget fight training.
Oh, fight training. Woo, fight training.
Don't,
God bless.
Yeah, there are some arms in this series.
was
My
kicking
goodness.
some ass.
I was with a little help from my friend.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of, your character just sort of rocks in this show and comes in and kind of owns every scene with this wonderful little tool, but also these moves. And I'm wondering, there have been a lot of cool sci-fi bounty hunters in the world that we've seen. And I'm wondering what makes your bounty hunter distinct.
I think that we've never seen a character like Trepp in this sleeve, if you may, in this body, and all of the things that informs. We've seen strong women, we've seen bounty hunters, but have we seen a strong female bounty hunter that looks like this? No. And so I think that, one, it's that, and two, it's not just the strength, but it's the level of humanity that she has underneath her that's driving every single thing that she does. You think, the audience thinks it's one thing, that she's driven by money, she's about her, she's got to get her credits to whatever. And then when you find out what the real reason is, you see that basic human need that we all have for family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually quite a beautiful storyline where it ends up. Stack technology, I'm asking everyone this today. Horrifying or exciting? Would you go there?
Horrifying.
I would never.
Absolutely horrifying.
I would never go there.
Yeah.
We are both Christians. This world is not it. And
It's a step along the way.
it's a step along the way. And I think that the way that we treat one another on this planet already needs work. So to then extend that and to say that life is even more useless, and what is the point? You can put it in any body you want. Who cares how you treat it or treat others? I would just hate to be in a world like that.
Absolutely. There's something that is very basically equalizing about aging and death.
Yeah.
There's something humbling about it, and without it, I think we as a society are lost.
Well, that was a nice note to end on.
Good old positive
Yeah,
spin.
exactly. But watch Altered Carbon Season 2 because it's so much fun. Though.
Yeah,
so,
it
yes.
is.
Whatever it costs. Cut out their stacks and bring them to me.
So we'll start straight with you, Torben. You play this incredible hunter who comes in with these extreme abilities, with these intense scenes with Anthony early on. And I'm wondering, can you tell us about the bond between your character and Takeshi?
I could do that, but if I did that, I would have to wipe your stack, and we don't want that. I don't want to spoil too much, but let's say that they.
The audience will find out.
Yeah, let's say let's say that there is much more to their relationship than meets the eye at first, and during the course of the season, things start to become a bit more personal than one might think.
Well, we won't say too much, but there is this talk of the character being spliced with an animal ingredient, shall we say, because I'm not too sci-fi techie. But how does that influence how you play the character, knowing that there is that inside?
Well, knowing that the sleeve has these incredible improvements and all those military features, kind of has an impact on the way you act, by the way, the way you look, the way you subconsciously react to things. You need to be very, very fast to process those things. And me personally, I'm somebody who's just, I melt into the couch when I watch TV. So that was a great thing that helped me to develop, physical tension, and there was a lot of training. We had great costumes that helped with that. So trying to find that animalistic physicality was one of the most interesting things in playing this character.
And Danica is not necessarily animal, that we know yet, but she's incredible. I mean, I was watching and thinking, I'd vote for you in 2020 if you were up because you get shit done. But I'm wondering, she's quite different because she's tough and powerful, but she also does seem to care about her people. And I'm wondering what makes her different to some of the other powerful political or rich figures we've seen in this world.
Well, I think, Danica is truly her father's daughter in that it's never really explored, but the idea of her backstory was that she actually didn't have a mother. He brought her as an embryo, and she really was raised in her image. And Conrad raised her to be an amazing tactician, and she has a fierce mind. And at the same time, she had been watching her father's rule, and she's developed her own ideas about how maybe she can improve upon that. And so with her father's sort of abdication, she's getting to try that out for the first time in real time. And what I love about her is the way she steps into uncertainty. Mm-hmm. She doesn't tread lightly. She goes for it.
She certainly does. Fireworks, we should say. But,
yes.
Stack technology, finally. Terrifying or exciting?
Both.
Terrifyingly exciting.